Hi, Michelle. How are you? I am looking forward to doing a reading. I haven't gotten one like this for quite a while. Usually the questions that I get are concerning love or finances, and this one is not. This particular one, you are wanting to know about your weight loss, whether or not you're ever going to get it in gear and be able to overcome the obstacles that are in your way. So let's see what the cards have to say with that. This is how I see things going according to the question and the situation that you asked me about. You do have the power within yourself to change the course of events according to thought, word, and or deed. And I usually give out that disclaimer simply because nothing I say is set in stone. You have, for lack of a better term, free agency. You have the ability to choose. You always have that control. So I'm just shuffling. I'm shuffling a little bit differently than I typically do, but that's why I felt to do it. So that's the way we're going to do it. Ooh, and you have someone who wants to come through. I can feel it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they allowed themselves to come through. We're almost done. 3 more. 2 and 3. Yeah, the cards are done. I cut the cards 3 times from right to left. And we are going to flip the cards. Oh, honey, you have definitely been down a road, haven't you? Okay, so I am throwing out cards with you. I feel like we need to do a little bit different of a layout than what I would typically do, but I am looking at the course of just kind of an overall general view. I pulled 12 cards. Each one represents 12 months. And I'm just looking to see how things go. You have certainly had a rough time of it. So we're going to show you the cards, and then we'll get to the cards. So the first one is a Hierophant. Okay, this one is right side up. You have certainly had your fair share of upheavals in your life. The next one is a Hanged Man reversed. Then we have the Two of Wands reversed. This one came up in my last reading. It just was right side up. We have that Elemental of Chalices. Next is the Hermit. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Novice of Chalices. So when I flip cards, and if you've seen any of my lives, you're aware, I always flip this way. I never flip end for end. This particular card is the Elder of Chalices reversed. Then we have the Elder of Wands reversed. Moving in, we have the Five of Swords reversed. And we have Temperance. So, with this, and I'm just going to kind of spread out the cards a little bit, and we're going to hit it head on. Looking at this, as far as your weight goes, a lot of your approaches are learned approaches. Okay? And let me explain that a little bit further than just saying that. You had some pretty significant events happen in your past that taught you coping mechanisms, and the coping mechanisms that you're using are ones that you have used all of your life. This is why you have the current issues that you feel like you have right now. I'm sure that you are absolutely gorgeous either way, no matter what your weight is. However, this is something that you feel uncomfortable with. And you also feel stagnant and like you can't move forward, like you have hit that hump and you just can't get over it. You can't break through that wall. A lot of what you are dealing with on that avenue has to do with your emotions and that emotional response to those traumas. Okay? A lot of the time, especially on this particular aspect, you very much feel alone. For you, what you need is that support. You need that team. You need somebody to help hold you accountable, who maybe give you that support, but also give you a little bit of advice when you need it, and those gentle reminders. However, you have learned the hard way not to rely so much on people, because people, especially some of them close to you, and especially some females close to you, have really hurt you. But it isn't just that. You have really been through the ringer, haven't you? I'm looking at this card. This tells me that you have been through it so much that you often feel alone. Between that card and the Hermit, these tell me that you've been through enough trauma in your life that you feel like you are alone in facing a lot of it, and it's actually starting to affect other aspects of your life. You, because of some of the situations in your past, have pushed some people away, people that were important to you and can really help you move forward. You're also, there's a lot of anger there. There's a lot of hurt feelings. I understand. I've been there. And I also understand the feeling, the need to push somebody away so they can't hurt you first. So, will you ever get a grip on your weight? And the answer is yes, you will. However, I see that in order for that to happen, there's a little bit of temperance in play. That's why this card came up. That's exactly what this card is. It doesn't necessarily mean money as you would think. It doesn't mean that you need to go out and join the nearest fad or anything like that. It does mean, first of all, you need to show yourself the same kindness that you would show to a friend, the same kind of understanding that you would show to a friend. And you need to put some planning and some forethought into it. And so this is you sticking to your guns, okay? This is the Ace of Swords right side up. Book Learn would tell you that that card has different meanings. However, in accordance to the question that you asked in the intuitive read, this is you finally deciding you're going to stick to your guns and you're going to get over it. The key part for you is going to be learning to get past the emotional eating and not allowing your emotions to take over. That's this right here. Okay? That card right there says you let your emotions take over a lot. That was a Five of Chalices reversed, by the way. And when you start binging to fill that void, then it only fills that void for a temporary time. You need to find other avenues to fill that void and find other avenues to get you through that. Ultimately, Six of Wands right side up, I do see you being successful. However, you will need to put a plan in place beforehand. You will need to kind of lay it out for yourself how you're going to handle a specific situation if it comes up. How are you going to handle it if somebody hurts your feelings? How are you going to handle a bad day at work? How are you going to handle it if you're feeling depressed and sad that day? You need to already put that plan of action in place for yourself so you have some place to turn and something to do besides looking for the nearest Milky Way or grabbing a bag of chips. You need to pay attention to your hunger scales as far as, am I really actually hungry? Am I bored? Am I sad? Am I depressed? Or am I starving? Figure out where you're at and then act appropriately. If you're bored, pick up a book. You can watch Vines on YouTube or watch another video, or, by all means, that's a great avenue, but I get the feeling that it isn't filling that void for you. Maybe pick up a new hobby. Learn to cross stitch, learn to crochet, or to knit, go for a walk. Anything like that, anything that you can do that isn't putting hand to mouth and doing a lot of this is going to be very proactive for you. And a lot of this you already know. Perhaps the other biggest thing is, and this is just from personal experience on this one, I've lost 129 pounds and counting. So I can give you a little bit of advice. Replace whatever you're drinking during the day with more water. Okay? And I'm sure you've heard that before, but that is honestly your biggest and best friend. Water will help fire your metabolism and keep it going. So if you hit a plateau, and I'm sure you will, we all have, I've been there at least once, Lord knows more than that, up your water intake, and also try and increase your physical activity. Sometimes it's hard to do that. Sometimes you don't want to do that. But even if it means that you park a little bit further out at the grocery store and walk that distance in, that's more exercise than what you were getting before. Little tweaks will add up over time, and that is how you will be ultimately most successful. Don't look for everything to happen overnight. It didn't take you a night or even a week or a day to put on the weight that you have put on that you would like to take off. You need to give yourself the same amount of time to lose it all again. It's kind of like the adage, I don't know if you have kids or if you even heard it from an obstetrician, but usually they say 9 months up, 9 months down. Same kind of a concept. It took you a while to gain the weight that you want to lose. You need to plan that it will take you a little while to lose that weight as well. So I hope that helps. I do see you being successful at it. You just need to put a plan in place for yourself and kind of outline it for yourself as to how you're going to handle certain situations and what you're going to do. It's all about the choices that you make, and the small choices eventually over time add up to big choices. So to give you an example of what I mean by that, instead of having a 32-ounce soda and hitting the McDonald's drive-thru for breakfast, plan ahead. Maybe get yourself some protein shakes, or have some low-sugar oatmeal made with a protein shake, or make yourself some breakfast frittatas or whatever, and plan out your breakfast the day before. Same with your lunch. Those little choices will add up over time, and that will help you be ultimately the most successful. I have faith in you, and I'm absolutely certain that you can do it. And the cards say so as well. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and let this go, and I'm going to wrap this up so that way I can get it posted for you. Love and light to you.